Hello, it's me again. I've taken a break from writing a skeleton argument to come to the local village churchyard. Ha ha. I'm here to actually do a bit of a job of sweeping up and putting away in the bins a lot of leaves that have fallen off the trees. You can see some of them behind me there. And I thought I'd take the opportunity to have 4 or 5 minutes talking about trees. They have impinged upon my professional career over the years from time to time. I can't say they've been a central part of it. However, they are a fairly central part of government policy on the environment at present, as you probably know. Before we got into the zero carbon challenge, they were part of the 25-year environment plan to vastly increase the amount of tree planting in the UK. And now, of course, they are also very firmly part of the strategy for achieving net zero carbon. And I think it's worth probably reflecting a little bit on that and the scale of the challenge. It will involve planting, of course, many more hectares of trees than we've ever done previously. I think even during the heyday of tree planting in the 20th century, we never got near probably planting the quantities that would be required now. And we're some way behind our European friends, as Boris Johnson likes to call them, on that. The area of forest cover within Europe on average is far greater than the UK. And it raises a number of issues. I think one is, of course, is there land available? Well, yes, I think there is land available, the work that's been done. Is it feasible to do? Well, a huge effort would be needed in terms of people power to do the planting and in terms of the grant system to encourage farmers in particular to move over to forestry from agricultural land. But I think there are two issues that need some reflection here. I'm very much in favour of it. I love trees. I don't talk to them necessarily as Prince Charles does, but I am rather in awe of them. I used to spend a lot of time as a little boy drawing trees, and I still really like doing that. And I've been reading recently about the extraordinary underground networks of fungi that connect them all up and act as a sort of world wide web for trees in many ways. There's so little that we understand about them, really. Magical places, woodlands. However, I think the 2 points that one needs to address are first of all, this shouldn't be seen as a panacea for carbon reduction. It seems to be a very popular thing with the public. It's caught the public's imagination, I think largely because it's a bit painless, isn't it? You know, you can carry on flying wherever or driving wherever, and the planted trees will take care of it all. Well, of course, the answer is that they won't. That their contribution will be relatively modest, though important, and therefore they have to be seen in context, and the public has to be educated that this isn't the total solution to our environmental problems in terms of carbon. But secondly, there's the balance between the carbon sequestration function and the wildlife function, biodiversity. Because one of the problems we had in the 1980s in Scotland were vast areas of monoculture with spruce and other coniferous trees being planted. And that led to the withdrawal of the very substantial tax breaks which had existed to facilitate that planting. There's no doubt that in the short term, if you want to sequester carbon, then you plant spruce and species like that. They're far better than broadleaf trees such as cherry, ash, oak and so on at capturing carbon in the short term because they grow so much faster. However, studies do show that actually more balanced deciduous woodlands do a better job long term. They lock up more carbon more densely in the tree for longer, and they are also, of course, far better for biodiversity and for wildlife. So let's hope there's a balanced approach to this and we don't simply see short-term gains with hectares of the country being covered in monoculture of spruce and so on. So I think those are my 2 points. Let me conclude with a question for you, even modest joke, which is where do the Christmas trees go to get together with each other? Well, of course, it's a coniferance, and they do have to spruce up before they go. So there we are. I must get back to my task of sweeping up the leaves. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll be back at some future date with another of my strange reflections. But goodbye for now.